Honestly, I did not learn diversity until I was in the military. You had to depend on the guy next to you. Different attitudes and cultures were all introduced in the military to me that I know I would not have seen in North Memphis. Everyone has their cookie cutter veteran, that they look for. And you know what? There are a lot of veterans that will not say anything. And a lot of people actually don't think that they are veterans because they weren't combat, or they weren't officers or something like that. Anyone that went in and you spent your time, you are a veteran and you're part of the community.
I grew up on a farm in Arkansas. My mom was a German immigrant. So back home, I was the foreign kid. I was some bad expletives for gay, even though I didn't even know at the time. I joined the Army simply to prove more to myself than to my family that I'm a man. It was like, I have to prove this to myself. I entered the service into the Army in 2005. I did about 5.5 years. I was a combat medic, healthcare specialist, however you want to say that. In Afghanistan, I helped a lot of people. I did a lot of stuff, and it gave me some good experiences. I know patience. I know how to adapt and survive, and I know my limits. Like, I know how far I can go before I break. And those are lessons that a lot of people don't get to learn. While I was in school, I did an internship at Out Memphis, and they were like, oh, hey, why don't you make a support group for LGBT veterans? And I made the group, we set up our first meeting, and I started advertising in the local veteran community. And I met so much hatred with that so many people were like, we won't allow you to do that. We refuse to let this exist. So I said, I see you, and I raise you now a nonprofit. And so now I am the director of the LGBTQ Veterans Alliance. We have a mutual acquaintance person we work with from the VA Vet Center, and she invited me to his meeting. I went over to his meeting, and I do like I do everywhere. I took over. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was helpful, though. Yeah, because what I don't like is when someone has heard from someone else and heard from someone else, and that information is really distorted. It's fine to listen to someone else to get an idea of what you need and how to do something, but everything is individualized, even with VA, believe it or not. We have LGBT vets. We have African American veterans that are pushing racial issues and things like that. We have women veterans that are pushing women's issues and everything. And so I think that I'm kind of biased on it, but yeah, I think we are kind of the catalyst for a lot of what happens in the country, with social changes. As of right now, I am actually the youngest person in my organization. I have met, most of them have been in their 80s because they love it because they're like, I never thought an organization like this would exist. It's actually harder for me to get the young ones, the 30 and under, because they were the ones at the end that were kicked out for Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and were given dishonorable discharges. And I'm like, I can get that changed. We can come to a meeting, come talk to us. We can get you the help you need. And they're like, I don't want anything from them. And it's like, but this is more than just them. It's your life. And it's hard to convince them that it's something they actually do need. Oprah says everybody has a story. And so you tell your story, and that's how you get your help, because it may not be the exact same as the person sitting next to you.